A man challenges himself to survive in a bunker 10 meters underground. If he survives for 7 days, he will win $10,000. There is no internet, no time, and no windows. How long can he endure in this disaster-like claustrophobic environment? Mike enters the underground bunker with anticipation. The space is only 9 square meters, but it's not too bad. He quickly checks all the items, but finds no food, water, or bathroom. Did the crew forget something? Then, he suddenly spots a clue on the wall. Only then does he realize there might be other rooms. Where is the entrance? Mike moves the bedside cabinet and finally discovers a hidden passage. He crawls through the entrance. At the corner, he sees a second room. This room has food and plenty of supplies. There is also a tunnel leading to a third room. Mike unlocks the important area, the bathroom. If he can handle food, water, and bathroom breaks, then surviving alone for 7 days is possible. But moving back and forth between the 3 rooms is exhausting. He's worried. What if he gets diarrhea? Next, Mike carefully checks all his supplies, trying to allocate enough food and water for 7 days. Then he tries to sleep to make the time pass faster. But there are no power switches in any of the rooms. Sleeping with the lights on is really difficult. Day 1 isn't too bad. On day 2, Mike continues living in the time lock room, unaware of the time. He feels a bit short of breath and sweaty, probably because of the lack of ventilation. But being a coffee lover, he insists on boiling water to make coffee, making the room even hotter. Mike can only leave the room with food to go to room 1. He struggles to crawl through the narrow tunnel. Why is eating so difficult? It feels like only sleeping can make time go by faster. After some time, the discomfort in his stomach wakes him up. Mike quickly crawls through the 2 narrow tunnels and rushes to the bathroom. He's afraid that if he's late, he'll poop his pants. He nails a blanket to the wall, creating a tent to block the light, hoping to sleep more peacefully. This time, he falls into a deep sleep. He doesn't notice the changes in the room. Water, from who knows where, gradually starts flooding the floor, turning all the rooms into a pool, and the water level keeps rising. Mike is woken by the sound of rushing water and is instantly stunned. He thought it was raining above and leaking down. Little did he know, the crew wouldn't let him win the prize that easily. He quickly blocks the exits with sandbags and blankets. With so much water, it's even more dangerous if there's power. Mike hurries to check the other rooms. He wonders, what kind of emergency is this? Can't the crew see it? Now's not the time to complain. Mike suddenly remembers he hasn't checked the portable toilet. If it tips over, it'll turn into a sewage pool. He quickly finds a frame and raises the toilet, but the rescue work is far from enough. As the water level rises, the first room is about to be completely flooded. Mike quickly rushes back, nailing an important mattress to the wall. The disaster is unfolding so fast, he has no time for despair. He just wants to save some supplies, 1 second at a time. The toilet is almost tipping over. Mike has to keep raising it, keeping it away from the rising water. Can anyone live in this miserable place? He tries to signal the camera for help, but the crew gives no response. Mike runs around, exhausted, his legs feeling weak. On the 3rd day, he struggles to get by. While he sleeps, the water level continues to rise, only a few centimeters away from submerging the tunnel. To move to the next room, he can only expose half of his face to breathe. He decides to give up on room 1, staying in the food-rich area to avoid starvation. Looking at the flooded room, he also thinks about giving up. But after being submerged in water for so long, is there anything worse than this? Mike believes if he can get through today, he'll be okay. He lies between 2 shelves and tries to sleep. The submerged room looks so dangerous, and the only tunnel is completely flooded. On the 4th day, he decides to stay in room 2, where he has food and water to keep going. Mike's mind is incredibly strong. Staying by the pantry, he eats with joy, but he neglects the difficulty of going to the bathroom. How can he get through the flooded tunnel to use the bathroom? Just thinking about it gives him a suffocating fear. To protect the only space he has from contamination, Mike decides to go to the bathroom. He takes a deep breath, dives into the water, and swims to room 3. When he gets to the bathroom, he realizes it's all the same. It doesn't matter where he goes. He holds his breath and returns to room 2. This back and forth almost cost him his life. He vows never to go to the bathroom again. Just when he thought this was the hardest part of the challenge, the power goes out. Mike is on the verge of breaking down. The dark underground bunker. Does he still have a reason to keep going? Thankfully, he has a flashlight to light the way. Mike doesn't know how many days have passed, but he still believes the finish line is near. On the 5th day, the water level starts to drop. He finds a spare battery on the shelf. Now he needs to go back to room 1 and connect to the power outlet. Maybe the lights will turn on. Mike's basic knowledge comes in handy when he needs it most. When the lights come on, Mike is overwhelmed with emotion. The long-awaited light instantly fills the darkness. It feels like everything is starting to turn around. He gains new confidence to keep going, but his physical state is clearly deteriorating. He can't eat or sleep well. Even a young guy can't keep going like this. The next time, he plans to take a good rest, No matter how many days or what time, sleeping will make the time pass faster. On the 6th day, Mike stays in room 1, wearing a new pair of shoes, ready to leave at any moment. But he's not sure if he's completed the full 7 days. All he can do is wait. Bored, just waiting. The excitement from when he first entered is long gone. Living in a confined space alone is really suffocating. Then, there's a loud noise that pulls him back to reality. Mike isn't sure which room it came from. He quickly swims over to check. The tunnel in room 2 has collapsed. He's horrified. If it had fallen on him, the consequences would have been unimaginable. Mike realizes staying here is too dangerous. He quickly swims back to room 1. Now the spare battery has run out. Double the fear hits him again. Mike helplessly lies on the bed to sleep. Even if he can't sleep, he won't get up. He just waits in the darkness, letting time slip away, second by second. Finally, on the night of the 7th day, the crew knocks on the door, telling him he can leave.
Денщик! Бля! Денщик!
Mike goes to the exit, looks up, breathing in the fresh air and the long-awaited sky. He's overwhelmed with emotion. 7 days of apocalyptic life were too hard to bear. Mike has succeeded and won the prize. So, here's the big question. How many days do you think you could survive?